My name is Natalie Brooks. I'm 32 years old, and until last winter I believed my marriage was ordinary in the best possible way. My husband, Gavin Reed, and I lived in a small town outside Indianapolis. We had a modest house, a sleepy golden retriever, and more bills than we liked to admit. It wasn't glamorous, but I thought it was real. Gavin was a quiet man who worked long hours as a sales manager. He rarely brought flowers home or planned romantic surprises. I told myself that was simply adulthood. Love was grocery lists, shared coffee, and falling asleep beside the same person every night. Before me, there had been another woman. Her name was Vanessa Hale. Gavin mentioned her while we were dating. They had spent nearly 5 years together and once talked about marriage. He said the relationship ended long before he met me, and I believed him. Still, Vanessa appeared in small ways. One Christmas, I found an old storage box filled with photographs. In one picture, a dark-haired woman stood beside Gavin, laughing with her head on his shoulder. Gavin quickly took the box from me. "It's just old junk," he said. "Throw it away." I put it back where I found it. Something in his face made me hesitate. The night everything changed was cold and rainy. Gavin came home late, and for once we ate at the kitchen table instead of in front of the television. We laughed about a difficult customer at his job, washed the dishes together, and for a moment it felt like the man I had been missing was finally back. As I dried my hands, he wrapped his arms around me from behind. "I know I've been distant," he whispered. "I've been an idiot lately." I turned around and smiled. "I miss you." He touched my cheek gently and said, "I'm sorry, Vanessa." The room went silent. He stepped back immediately. Natalie, I'm tired." It just slipped out. But names like that don't come from nowhere. They come from memories that still have a home in the heart. I barely slept. By morning, every forgotten anniversary and every distant stare felt different. That evening I asked him, "Are you still thinking about Vanessa?" Before he answered, his phone lit up on the coffee table. A message preview appeared on the screen. "Vanessa, it was really nice hearing your voice again." My stomach dropped. "You've been talking to her?" Gavin admitted that she had moved back to Indiana after a divorce and had called him a few weeks earlier. They had been catching up and talking about old times. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. He looked away. "I didn't know how. Did you want to see her?" His silence answered for him. Finally he whispered, "When she called I realized I wasn't completely over the past. I thought those feelings were gone. I was wrong." I sat down because my legs suddenly felt weak. "So what was I? The woman you married while trying to forget someone else?" "No," he said quickly. "I love you, Natalie. Maybe you do now. But when we started this life together, was your whole heart really here?" He couldn't answer. That night I packed a small suitcase and went to my older sister Meredith's apartment. She held me while I cried and said, "A marriage can survive many things, but it cannot survive being second place forever." Over the next few days, Gavin called constantly. He apologized, blocked Vanessa's number, and begged me to come home. Eventually he came to Meredith's building and stood outside in the cold until I agreed to speak with him. I ended all contact with her, he said. I never met her, and I never planned to leave you. I believed him. That was the sad part. I believed he was sorry. Then answer one thing honestly, I said. Did you love her more than you loved me? He opened his mouth, but no words came out. That hesitation hurt more than any confession. I spent years blaming myself for the distance between us, I told him. I thought I wasn't interesting enough or exciting enough. But the truth is, I was competing with a memory. Tears filled his eyes. There was never anything wrong with you. I nodded. I know that now. He reached for my hand. Please come home. We can fix this. For a moment I almost said yes. I almost chose the familiar life, the shared coffee, and the man I had loved with everything I had. But love should not feel like waiting for someone to arrive fully. I hope you become the kind of person who can love someone without comparing her to the past, I said gently. But I can't be the one who teaches you how. 3 months later, I signed the divorce papers. There was no dramatic fight, no revenge, and no slammed doors. Just two tired people sitting across from each other while a marriage quietly ended. I moved into a small apartment with yellow kitchen walls and terrible closet space. I started buying myself fresh flowers every Friday. I took long walks after work, read books I had ignored for years, and learned how to sit alone without feeling abandoned. Some nights I still missed Gavin. Healing is slow, and love does not disappear the moment a signature dries on a page. But little by little, I found myself again. I learned that the saddest betrayal is not always another person. Sometimes it is discovering that someone you trusted never fully stepped out of yesterday. If you spend years fighting for room inside a heart that is already crowded with the past, eventually you must make a different choice. My name is Natalie Brooks. I loved my husband with everything I had. In the end, I finally chose the one person he never learned to choose first, me.
Thanks for watching my story. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next story.